Hello everyone, my name is Raymond and welcome to another Forza Horizon 3 Top 10 list. Today we are going to be tackling the country of Japan. More specifically, the top 10 JDM cars that you can drive in Forza Horizon 3. Now before we get started, just have a few things that I need to say. First off, if you guys have any recommendations for future top 10 lists that you'd like to see, please leave those in the comments below. As well, be aware that the next top 10 list to come out will be the top 10 American muscle cars in Forza Horizon 3. So if you have some cars that you want to make the list, leave those in the comments below so I can know about them. If you don't put a car there and it doesn't make the list, how can you complain? No one really made me aware of it. I'm just saying, please don't yell at me. Okay, moving on. So, today, the top 10 JDM cars. What I did for this list is I took nominations from you guys, created a survey, you guys voted on it. As well, for anything that was a tie, I used my better own judgment and or bias to rate those. So basically, it's you plus me equals happiness. So, with all that having been said, let's get into it. Now at number 10, we have a car that for some reason, I have 4 of these in my garage, even though I haven't driven any of them. Don't ask me how they got there, I have no clue and I don't really care. But that being the point, we are currently driving a Honda NSX, something that is much more a racer than a drifter, contrary to a lot of the cars on this list. And you know what? This is a legend. This is such a legend. If you ask to any car enthusiast if the NSX is a good car, of course they're gonna say yes. It's the freaking Honda NSX. It is a legendary, incredible car, and I'm not surprised at all that it made it onto this list. At number 9, we are blessed by a god. At least in my opinion it is, because if this car did not make this list, I would have just not made it. I would have forced it in. And that is the 1985 Toyota Sprinter Terreno GT Apex. Also much better known as the AE86. And if any of you guys know who I am and what I love is I love my freaking AE86. This is one of my dream cars to own in real life. And here's the thing, upgraded or not upgraded, this car is just so cool. Like, I'm not even sure if you guys can tell, but I get so excited talking about it. It's just, I love it, I love it, I love it, it's perfect. Now at number 8, we have a car that goes by many different names, those being the Subaru BRZ, the Toyota GT86, or the Scion FRS, which is not in Forza Horizon 3, but that is besides the point. So let's talk about the Subaru BRZ. Why is it such a great JDM car? Well, first off, it proves that you don't need to have an absurd amount of power to have fun in a corner. Why? It has skinny little tires, and if you really want to, you can go drifting and have so much fun in this car. And it's kind of good looking if you ask me. Number 7 greets us with a child of the 90s, and that is the 1994 Mazda MX-5 Miata, and this thing deserves to be on this list. First off, I feel like everyone can agree that the Mazda MX-5 period, all of them, are good cars. But it all started with the 1994 Miata. That having been said, this car is not the best in the game, obviously, but what it does have is incredible upgrade potential. That, and it's also classic, and I feel like it holds a little special place in a lot of people's hearts. We've entered the top 6, and in my opinion, this is where things get heated, because in my mind, it is impossible to make a list of the best JDM cars in Forza Horizon 3 without including any of the cars that you see from this point on. So it's just basically a tug of war. And at number 6, holding down the fort, we have the 1998 Toyota Supra RZ. Now this thing, well, let's just be honest, it's a Supra first off. Supras are amazing. This stock engine on this car has incredible upgrade potential. You can get it up to 1,005 horsepower. and that is one of the things that makes the Supra such a great car, and every other JDM car, is the amount of customizability that you get on these cars that you don't have access to in all the other cars for this game. And that is why the Supra is deserving of number 6. Now, I know all you Silvia fanboys have been anxiously waiting for your baby to be on this list. Well, without further ado, at number 5, we have the S15, also known as the 2000 Nissan Silvia Spec R. And, well, it's what else can I say? It's a Silvia. First off, in Forza Horizon 3, you have incredible amount of upgrade potential. This is huge thing for every car on this list. You are able to customize them with a lot of stuff. That's just one of the things. Also, second note, Nissan pretty much dominates the top half of this list, as it has 4 of the next 5 spots, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but also kind of makes sense. Have you had enough of Silvias yet? No? Well then, you'll be happy to hear that number 4 is another Silvia, more precisely the 1994 Nissan Silvia KS, also known as the S14. Now, what can I say? Well, it's a Silvia. It's the first time we've had this one. We've been asking for it for ages, and they finally added it to Forza Horizon 3, so I don't have any reason for it not to be on this list, so it is on this list. At number 3, say hello to one of my favorite JDM cars, the Nissan 240 SX. This thing, oh well, let's just be honest. First off, in Forza Horizon 3, I find that this car has one of the best looking custom bodies you can get. This is my personal opinion. If you disagree, feel free to yell at me in the comments below. I'll just think that you're dumb. Because you are, because this car is absolutely freaking ridiculously looking. Also, did I ever mention the fact that you can make this a hell of a drift car? Also, it kind of sounds like God on steroids, so yeah. At number 2, we have a legend, and unlike the past few cars, this one is stock. While I did upgrade the past few cars to demonstrate their customizability, as that was one of their biggest selling features, well, this one does not need such a selling feature. Say hello to the Nissan GTR R34. This skyline is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, like, okay, let's be honest. First off, without any upgrades, it's already an incredibly good sounding car. It has good launch, good traction, it's good in the corners. You can power slide it, sort of, if you want to. There's basically nothing to down this car when it's stock. And then you add the customizability that all the other cars had. Well now, you've got yourself something special. Now, at number 1, we have the undisputed king of Forza Horizon 3, JDM, as voted by you guys, and I can understand why. It is the Mazda RX7, and let's be honest, this is one of the most iconic cars, and it has plenty of reasons. While the R34 is an iconic car as a JDM car itself, I feel like it's more iconic for being Paul Walker's car. When you see an RX7, you're thinking, oh yeah. And let's be honest, it has incredible customizability. It has a rotary engine, which is awesome in my opinion, and you can just do so much with this car and so much to it that it needs to be on the number 1 spot of this list. Alright guys, well that's it for today's top 10 list. I just want to remind you guys to please leave your recommendations for future top 10 lists, as well for the next top 10 list, which is the top 10 American muscle cars, in the comments below. As well, if you have any recommendations on how I can improve these top 10 lists moving on forward, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you all really all enjoyed. If you disagreed, please yell at me in the comments below while I'm repeating myself over and over again. As usual, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. These lists take quite a long time to make, so I would really appreciate if you guys would follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All links to those are in the description down below. Goodbye!